The forest burned with strange blue flames, licking the sky with smoke that smelled of metal. Trees cracked and fell around him. The last of his kind limped through the chaos, wings tattered and glowing faintly under the smoke. Each step was agony, each breath shallow and ragged. He had flown across worlds, seen species vanish, and now he himself was alone. A scream cut through the roar of fire. It was small, high human. The creature's head snapped up, and his eyes widened at a tiny figure stumbling through the ash. A toddler, no more than 3, hair singed at the edges, eyes wide with terror. The child froze as the creature drew near, a shadow bigger than the tallest trees. Instinct overrode fear. With a flap of weakened wings, the creature shoved a fallen log toward the child, creating a fragile barrier between them and the advancing predators. Smoke and sparks rained down as the firestorm pressed closer. The toddler gasped, falling backward, and the creature lunged, covering the child with a wing. The warmth of its body wrapped around him like a shield. The child's tiny hand touched the glowing chest of the creature. A soft pulse ran through the alien, and for a brief moment the fading light of his species flared brighter. His wings trembled as if the touch had filled him with sudden strength. He blinked in confusion, not understanding why this small human could change him, yet feeling the life surge. A low growl sounded from the smoke. Predators, sleek and black with eyes like molten silver, emerged. They circled, slow and patient. The creature hissed, wings spreading as wide as possible, talons scraping the ground. The toddler whimpered but did not scream again. Instead, he pressed closer to the alien, small hands gripping feathers, eyes staring straight into the looming danger. The creature made a decision. There was no time to think. He ducked and darted forward, talons skimming over broken earth. The predators lunged, but the alien struck back instinctively, knocking one off balance. Sparks flew from its claws as it hit rock and twisted metal. The toddler giggled nervously, clinging tighter, and the creature felt a strange warmth in his chest, a flicker of hope. Fire crunched underfoot. Smoke stung eyes. The child reached out, pointing at a shadow moving in the distance. The alien followed the gesture and froze. Between the flames and the falling trees, a massive predator, bigger than the rest, emerged with eyes that glowed red like coals. It moved with deadly calm, each step shaking the ground. The creature growled low, wings spreading wider, but he knew it could not win a direct fight. The child's tiny voice piped up, shivering, "Go, over there." He pointed toward a narrow ravine where smoke was thinner and the fire less fierce. The creature hesitated for a fraction of a second, then obeyed. Every movement had meaning. A wrong step could crush them, a stumble could mean death. But the child's trust gave him courage, sharper than any instinct. They ran. The predators followed, snarling and leaping. Flames roared, trees collapsed, sending shards of bark and fire into the air. The alien's wings beat furiously, pushing forward despite torn feathers. The toddler held on, crying now but not letting go. When they reached the ravine, the creature tucked him under a smaller wing, and together they slid down the steep slope, sparks flying past like meteor showers. At the bottom, the alien gasped for air, chest heaving. The toddler lay against his side, covered in soot but safe, for now. The firestorm above lit the sky orange and blue. Around them, twisted metal and broken stone hinted at something old, something forgotten. A strange hum vibrated through the air. The alien's eyes narrowed. He sensed it before he saw it, a faint shimmer, a ripple, coming from beneath the scorched ground. The child stirred, pointing at the shimmer. It's moving. His voice cracked, eyes wide with both fear and wonder. The alien's head tilted. The ripple pulsed again, faint but steady like a heartbeat. The predators had paused at the edge of the ravine, watching, waiting. The creature's tail lashed the ground. Whatever this was, it was alive. And it was not like anything he had seen before. Smoke and ash swirled. The hum grew louder. The child clutched the alien tighter, eyes shining with determination, not fear. The alien stared at the shimmer, wings spreading, heart pounding with a mix of dread and hope. Whatever this was, it promised danger, but also something more. Something that could change everything. A shadow shifted beneath the shimmer, quick and deliberate. The predators growled again, sensing it too. The alien hissed, ready to strike, but froze. He had never seen this kind of movement. Never felt this kind of power. And the child, small but brave, leaned forward, pointing, whispering, we have to see." The forest burned. Flames danced. Predators lurked. And beneath the scorched earth, something old and mysterious stirred. The last of his kind had made a choice. He would protect this human. And now, together, they would face the unknown. A sudden crack split the ground beneath them. The shimmer exploded into a blinding light, forcing both alien and child to shield their eyes. When the light faded, the shape of something enormous had emerged, moving with intent toward them. The alien's wings spread wide. The child tightened his grip. And in that moment, everything changed. The ground shook with every step of the massive form that had emerged from the shimmer. Its skin rippled like molten metal, eyes burning a deep orange, reflecting the dying fire around them. The alien hissed low, wings spread wide, shielding the toddler. The child clutched a feather tightly as if it were a lifeline, small hands trembling but refusing to let go. The massive creature moved faster than expected, a predator unlike any the alien had faced before. Smaller packs of black-eyed predators flanked them from the trees, snarling and snapping, cutting off escape routes. The alien felt a pang of despair. Even at full strength, he could not fight them all at once. Go. Go now, the child shouted, pointing to a narrow path along a crumbling ridge. His voice was small but sharp, and the alien froze for only a heartbeat before obeying. Every instinct screamed danger, but the child's command carried a strange authority. They dashed forward, dodging falling embers and twisted roots, the ground slick with ash. The alien struck back when a predator lunged from the side, talons raking rock and fire. Sparks flew, and the smaller predator yelped before retreating. The child gasped in shock and awe, then whispered, "Do it again, do it again." The alien blinked at the words. The child didn't just trust him. He was learning, guiding. Even now, the toddler's mind worked faster than anyone expected. They reached a broken bridge spanning a deep chasm. The alien hesitated. The wood was brittle, scorched by the fire above. One wrong step could send them plummeting into the darkness below. The child leaned forward, pointing to a narrow gap between the charred planks. "There, careful." The alien's heart raced. With careful, precise steps, he crossed, feeling each splinter crack under his weight. The toddler followed, holding tight, small body pressed against the alien's side. Behind them, the massive predator roared, shaking the bridge. One plank gave way under its weight, and the creature teetered dangerously. Sparks from its claws fell into the abyss, lighting up strange markings etched into the rock. The alien saw it, symbols old and alien glowing faintly. The child's eyes widened. It wants it," he whispered. He didn't know why, but instinct told him the symbols mattered. Suddenly, a fallen tree rolled down the slope, cutting across the predator's path. The smaller pack yelped and scattered, giving them a momentary advantage. The alien didn't pause. He pressed forward, wings lifting slightly to help balance the child. The ridge twisted, narrowing dangerously, but the child's hand reached up, touching the alien's head. The touch seemed to steady him. A surge of energy pulsed through his wings, faint but enough to keep them moving. As they rounded a bend, a sudden crack split the ridge. Rock loosened from the cliffside, tumbling down toward them. The alien scooped the child with one wing and leapt, barely catching a ledge. Dust and sparks fell like rain. The child clung tightly, eyes wide but excited. "We did it," he whispered, voice trembling with a mixture of fear and triumph. The alien allowed himself a brief moment of pride. He glanced back. The massive predator had stopped at the edge of the ridge, snarling and pacing, too heavy to follow without risking the chasm. But the danger was far from over. From the shimmer below, a strange hum grew louder. The earth seemed to vibrate, sending tremors up the cliffside. Small fissures cracked open beneath their feet. The child looked down. "It's moving again." The alien's heart sank. The shimmer had not been stationary, it was rising, pulsing, reacting to something unknown. Every instinct screamed that it was alive, aware and dangerous. He growled low, spreading wings wide, shielding the toddler as rocks began to tumble down toward them. The child pressed against him, pointing. "There, the tunnel. Quick." Without hesitation, the alien launched forward, gliding toward the tunnel carved into the cliffside. The smaller predators tried to follow but slipped on loose rocks and ash. Sparks rained from above as fire streaked through the air, painting shadows across the cliff. Inside the tunnel, cool darkness replaced heat and light. The toddler gasped, eyes wide, and the alien could feel his rapid heartbeat against his chest. The tunnel was narrow, forcing them to move single file. The child reached out, fingers brushing strange glyphs etched into the walls. "Look, it's like the other ones." The alien recognized them immediately, the same symbols from the bridge. They glowed faintly under the child's touch. Somehow the toddler was activating them, though neither fully understood how. A rumble echoed through the tunnel. The ground shook violently. Debris fell, and the alien had to shield the child repeatedly with his wings. Then, suddenly, a hidden passage opened ahead, leading downward. The child smiled, small and brave. "This way. We can hide." The alien hesitated for just a heartbeat, then obeyed. They slid down the hidden path, the walls closing around them, and for the first time in hours, he allowed himself a fleeting moment of hope. The predators could not follow here, at least not easily. The child pressed against him, whispering, "We're safe, for now." But the shimmer below pulsed again, brighter this time. It radiated energy, strange and alive, and the alien could feel it calling. He narrowed his eyes, wings tensing. Whatever lay at the end of this path, it was waiting for them. And it would not be simple. Above, the forest burned. Behind, predators circled. Before, a mystery older than any of them stirred. The alien tightened his wings around the child. He had carried him through fire, ash, and death. And now, the next challenge awaited, something that could change everything. The child looked up, small face resolute. "We have to see," he said, voice firm despite fear. The alien nodded, chest rising with determination. Together they stepped forward into the unknown. The tunnel narrowed, walls slick with ash and faintly glowing glyphs. The alien moved cautiously, wings folded tight, every muscle ready to spring. The child clung to a feather, small fingers brushing the symbols along the walls. Each touch made the glyphs shimmer brighter, pulsing like a heartbeat. The alien's eyes widened. Somehow, this tiny human was interacting with the ancient energy. Ahead, the tunnel opened into a vast chamber. The ceiling was high, vaulted, carved with alien runes that flickered in the dim light. In the center, the shimmer from below had gathered into a swirling, liquid-like form. It rose slowly as if breathing, casting shadows that danced across the walls. The child gasped, pointing. It's alive." The alien felt a cold dread tighten his chest. He had faced predators, firestorms, and hunters, but nothing like this. The shimmer moved with intent, almost sentient, its shape shifting constantly. It pulsed toward the child, and for a moment, it seemed drawn to him. The toddler did not scream. Instead, he stepped closer, hand trembling but steady. "It's waiting," he whispered. The alien hissed, warning low and guttural. Predators might be outside, the fire still burning, yet here something older and stranger stirred. His instincts screamed to protect the child, yet curiosity gnawed at him. This shimmer might hold answers. Answers to the extinction of his kind. And perhaps answers to why the child could affect him so. The child reached out. The shimmer recoiled slightly, then pulsed back, brighter and faster. Symbols etched into the floor lit up in response. The alien felt a strange tug in his chest, a pull he couldn't explain. The toddler smiled faintly, small courage radiating. "It wants help." Before the alien could react, the massive predator from before burst into the chamber, breaking through a weakened tunnel wall. Its roar echoed like thunder. The shimmer pulsed violently, reacting to the predator's aggression. The alien leapt between the child and the beast, claws scraping the stone floor. Sparks flew as the predator lunged. The child shouted, "Not like that," and pointed to a set of glyphs along the chamber wall. Without hesitation, the alien struck the glyphs with a talon. Light shot from the symbols, and the predator screeched, recoiling as the energy formed a shimmering barrier around the alien and child. The beast shook its head, snarled, and retreated, temporarily held at bay. The child's eyes were wide with wonder. It listened. He didn't know how, but somehow together they had triggered the chamber's defenses. The alien lowered his wings slightly, heart still racing. This tiny human with no training and no weapons had just saved them both. He blinked in disbelief. The shimmer pulsed again, brighter now. It formed a rough shape, something like a map or perhaps a star chart, etched in light. The alien stepped closer, senses alert. The child followed, fingers hovering over the glowing map. "It's showing where they are," he whispered. The alien stiffened. His species hadn't just disappeared, they had been hunted, scattered. And now, somehow, this child was revealing their location or perhaps a way to survive. Suddenly, the tunnel behind them shook violently. Rock tumbled from above, dust choking the air. The predators outside were regrouping, and the shimmer pulsed faster, almost urgently. The alien realized the chamber was alive, responding to the immediate danger. It was as if the energy itself was guiding them, testing them, and the child was its key. The child stepped forward, small face set with determination. "We have to touch it, together." The alien hesitated, unsure if the child's instinct was wise. But before he could decide, a fissure opened beneath them, cracks racing across the floor. The chamber trembled. The alien had no choice. He lowered his body, allowing the child to climb onto his back, wings folding around him. Together they reached the center of the chamber. The child placed both hands on the shimmer. Energy coursed through the alien's body, pulsing in rhythm with the symbols. He felt power, old and immense, surging through him. His wings lifted slightly, feathers bristling. For the first time in years he felt alive. Strong. Connected. The shimmer reacted violently, flaring into a blinding light. The child cried out, not in fear but in exertion. The alien shielded him instinctively. And then it happened, the light stabilized. From the glow emerged holographic images of other winged beings, his species long thought extinct. Their faces, their movements, their lives, captured in energy. The alien staggered back, eyes wide. "My family," he whispered. The child's voice was steady. "They're still here, in a way. We can help them." He didn't know how, but the instinct was clear. The alien felt a surge of hope he had thought impossible. The child, small and human, had unlocked the secret of his species' survival. Then the hum shifted, deeper, darker. From the walls, new glyphs glowed, unseen before. They formed symbols of warning. Something else was coming, older, larger, and more dangerous than the predators outside. The alien hissed, wings spreading. He had faced impossible odds before, but this was different. The child, brave as ever, clenched the feather in his fist. "We have to move, now." The alien nodded, feeling both fear and determination. He had seen death, destruction, and loss, but this human's courage inspired him in a way he had never known. Together they could face what came next. As the chamber trembled, the shimmer pulsed one last time, forming a doorway of light. Beyond it lay unknown paths, challenges, and perhaps salvation. The alien and child stepped forward, hearts pounding, senses sharp. Outside, the predators and the firestorm waited. But now the chamber had revealed a secret, one that could change everything. And in the shadows, something else stirred, watching, waiting. The doorway of light shimmered ahead, wide and humming with energy. The alien's wings bristled, muscles taut as he pressed the child close. The toddler's small hands gripped his feathers, eyes wide but resolute. Outside the chamber, the roar of the massive predator echoed through the tunnel, followed by the smaller packs that had not given up. Smoke seeped in, carrying the scent of burning ash. There was no time to hesitate. "We have to move," the child whispered. His voice trembled slightly, but determination steadied it. "This way. Quick." The alien nodded, lowering his head and leading the sprint toward the glowing doorway. Sparks fell from the walls and stones tumbled around them, but the alien's wings beat fast, pushing them forward. The energy from the shimmer pulsed, almost guiding their steps, lighting a path through the darkness. As they emerged into the light, the chamber behind them cracked with a thunderous boom. A shockwave threw dust and pebbles into the air. The massive predator lunged, but the alien pivoted mid-air, talons striking the ground to send it sprawling. Smaller predators skidded on loose stone, disoriented. The child's breath hitched, but he did not cry. Instead, he pointed toward a series of glowing platforms that stretched across a chasm deeper than the eye could see. "We can jump," he said. The alien's eyes narrowed. Each platform floated slightly above the ground, glowing faintly, some tilting under the weight of the dust and debris. Misstep meant falling into darkness, a drop they could not survive. But the child's insistence carried weight. Together they leapt onto the first platform. The alien's claws dug into the edge. The child clung to his feathers, laughing nervously. The next platform wobbled dangerously. Behind them, the predators had regrouped. The massive predator roared, shaking the platforms with every strike. Rocks fell from the ceiling, and the energy from the shimmer flared erratically, as if reacting to the danger. The alien moved with precision, placing each step carefully, guided instinctively by the child's tiny gestures. When the child shouted, "Left! Now!" the alien adjusted mid-leap, avoiding a falling boulder by inches. Sparks flew, and the predators snarled, unable to match their speed. The final platform ended at a narrow ledge, glowing softly under the shimmer's light. The alien lowered the child carefully, placing him on the ledge. "Stay," he growled, muscles taut. The child obeyed, eyes shining with trust and courage. The alien turned to face the predators. He was weaker than before, his wings torn and energy fading, but he would not let them touch the child. A roar split the air as the massive predator leapt onto the ledge, sending rocks tumbling. The alien hissed, claws slashing through the air, knocking the predator back. Sparks ignited as talons met claws. The child gasped, pressed against the alien's side. "We can do it," he whispered, more to himself than anyone else. And in that moment the alien felt it, a surge of strength, faint but enough. The child's presence, his courage, was a spark that ignited the alien's own power. They moved together, wings beating faster, driving the predator back. The smaller pack circled, unsure now, hesitant. The alien lunged forward, striking with precision, not just strength. Each action forced the predators further away from the child. The child watched, wide-eyed, and then did something unexpected. He pointed at a glowing glyph on the ledge. "Hit that," he shouted. The alien obeyed. Talon struck the glyph, sending a wave of shimmering light across the ledge. The predators yelped, recoiling from the sudden burst of energy. Sparks and light swirled, pushing them back. The alien and child shared a brief glance, relief flashing across both faces. For the first time they had a clear advantage. But the chamber pulsed again, deeper, darker this time. The shimmer that had guided them before expanded into a wall of light, rising toward the ceiling. It was alive, aware, almost sentient. The alien hissed, wings bracing as the energy swirled toward them, sweeping away loose rocks and debris. The predators hissed and scattered, unwilling to face this new force. The child clutched a feather tightly, eyes wide with both awe and fear. "We can do this," he said, voice firm. "Together." The alien lowered his wings around the child, feeling the weight of responsibility, the impossible odds stacked against them. But he also felt hope. The child's courage, intelligence, and trust had given him a purpose stronger than any instinct. The shimmer pulsed again, forming a doorway of light beyond the ledge. The alien spread his wings fully, muscles straining, and leapt toward it. The child clung tightly, tiny hands pressing against his feathers. Behind them, the predators roared one final time, but the wall of light stopped them. Sparks flew, shadows danced, and for a moment, the alien felt the world hold its breath. Together they landed on the glowing threshold. The shimmer wrapped around them like a gentle wind, lifting them slightly, pulsing with energy. The child giggled nervously, eyes shining. "We did it," he whispered. The alien exhaled, muscles trembling, chest heaving. For the first time in a long while, hope felt real. But the shimmer pulsed once more, stronger, and the air vibrated with a strange hum. Something beyond the doorway stirred, older, larger, and far more dangerous than anything they had faced. The alien tightened his wings, eyes narrowing, sensing the presence of an intelligence watching, waiting. The child leaned forward, small face set with determination. "We're not done yet," he said. The alien nodded. Together they stepped forward into the unknown, hearts pounding, ready for whatever challenge awaited. The predators, the fire, the dangers, they had survived this far. But the real test was only beginning. And somewhere beyond the light, the shimmer shifted, hinting at a force far greater than any predator. A mystery that could change everything they thought they knew. The shimmer's light surrounded them, soft now but alive, pulsing in time with the alien's heartbeat. The child pressed his small hands against the alien's feathers, eyes wide with awe. The predator packs had been repelled, the firestorm contained by the chamber's strange energy, and for the first time they were truly safe, at least for now. The alien lowered himself carefully to the glowing threshold, letting the child slide from his back. The toddler's tiny feet touched the ground, still trembling but steady. He looked up at the alien, small face set with determination and wonder. "We made it," he whispered. The alien exhaled, a low hiss of relief, feathers ruffling. It was more than survival, it was a victory of courage, hope, and trust. Together they moved deeper into the chamber. The shimmer pulsed gently, illuminating walls lined with ancient glyphs. They showed images of the alien species, winged beings soaring through strange skies, living in harmony with worlds long lost. The alien's eyes widened. His kin had not vanished entirely, they were preserved here in energy, memory, and light. And somehow this human child had unlocked their existence. The child reached out, touching a glowing image. The alien tilted his head, watching as a faint glow spread from the child's fingers to the image. For a moment the ancient energy seemed to recognize him, responding with warmth and pulse. The child laughed softly, delighted. They're here. They're safe. The alien felt something unfamiliar, a rush of gratitude and hope. He had thought he would die alone, the last of his kind. But now, because of this small human, the legacy of his species had a chance to survive. A sudden tremor shook the chamber. Dust fell from the ceiling and the walls pulsed with warning energy. The alien stiffened, wings bracing. Outside, faint growls echoed from the predators still lurking near the entrance, though none dared enter the light. But the shimmer had more to reveal. It coalesced into a swirling doorway stretching upward, showing glimpses of worlds beyond, mountains of crystal, oceans that glowed like liquid fire, and skies filled with strange flying forms. The child gasped, pointing. "Look, there's more. We can help them." The alien's gaze followed, understanding. The shimmer was not just a sanctuary, it was a guide. It showed where his kin could be saved, where the lost species of his world might find refuge, and where danger still waited. This was bigger than survival. It was a mission, a chance to right the wrongs of the past. The alien spread his wings, stretching fully for the first time in years. The child pressed close, small hand on the largest feather, eyes shining with excitement and trust. "We can do it," the child said. The alien hissed low, chest swelling with pride. Against impossible odds, they had survived fire, predators, and ancient, unknown energy. And now, together, they could face whatever came next. They moved toward the edge of the chamber, where the shimmer's light formed a platform of pure energy. The child stepped forward first, tiny but unafraid, testing the glow beneath his feet. The alien followed, talons skimming the surface, wings ready to take flight. The light held them effortlessly, pulsing with warmth and energy. It was alive, yes, but it trusted them. Above, faint shadows flickered in the chamber ceiling. The alien's gaze snapped upward. The predators had not given up entirely, they lingered at the edges of the light. But the shimmer flared and the shadows froze. The energy had learned to protect them, responding to the courage and determination of the human. Small though he was, the child had changed the rules of the game. The alien lowered himself, wingtip brushing the child's shoulder. "You saved me," he hissed, soft but reverent. The child shook his head. "No, we saved each other," he whispered. And in that simple truth, the alien understood the heart of humanity. Courage, empathy, and intelligence, even in the smallest form, could shine brighter than any threat. They paused at the edge of the platform, looking down at the chamber below. The firestorm outside had dimmed, the predators scattered or trapped by the shimmer's energy. And yet, far beyond, the pulsing doorway revealed worlds still waiting, mysteries still unsolved, dangers still lurking. The alien felt a thrill of anticipation. Survival was only the beginning. The child yawned, small and exhausted. He leaned against the alien, falling asleep on the glowing wing. The alien folded himself around him, chest rising with a steady, protective rhythm. They had survived fire, predators, and the unknown. They had faced impossible odds, and together they had won. But the shimmer pulsed again, faintly this time, revealing movement beyond the chamber. Something old and intelligent, far larger than the predators they had faced, stirred in the darkness. Its energy rippled through the walls like a heartbeat, hinting at challenges yet to come. The alien's wings bristled, but he did not move aggressively. He understood, this was the next step. A test, a mission, a path forward. The child stirred slightly in his sleep, tiny hand brushing the alien's feathers. The shimmer wrapped around them, warm and pulsing, as if acknowledging the bond between species. The alien whispered low, almost to himself, "We will face it, together." And somewhere beyond the chamber the energy shifted again. Glimpses of vast skies, distant worlds, and ancient civilizations flashed faintly. The predators, the fire, the lost species, all were part of a larger story now. The child slept, the alien stood vigilant, and the shimmer hummed with possibilities that stretched across the galaxy. Together they had survived. Together they would continue. And beyond the light, something waited, greater, older, and more mysterious than anything they had yet faced. The shimmer pulsed once more, a soft promise. The adventure was only beginning.